Hi everyone, today is Friday, January 31st, 2020. My name is Brian McInerney. I'm the hydrologist here with the National Weather Service Forecast Office located at the airport. This is a mountain weather briefing looking at a storm that we've got moving in later Sunday and through Monday. And we're going to have copious amounts of snow and some wind with this event. So let's take a look at what we have. This is actually the GFS model, looking at winds at about 25,000 feet. And if you notice that red area, the flow that's going a little bit north of us, that's what we have on tap for tomorrow. That's Saturday. Then if you look over in the Pacific, that area with a little dip, that's a low pressure and a cold front that's mixed in there. That's going to come swooping in by about Sunday night, and it's going to bring all sorts of good stuff, snow and some winds. So if we look at the Logan Mountains, and we'll start here. And we look at the snow totals. What we're going to find are about 10 to 16 inches anticipated, with water content about 0.5 to 0.8. It's going to start Sunday evening. It's going to end Monday evening, with the greatest snow intensity Sunday night into Monday morning. And we're going to see peak snowfall rates greater than 2 inches per hour, maybe 2 inches per hour during that time. Snow level at the onset's valley floor. Snow level at the storm end is valley floor, with snow density trends rapidly decreasing to about 6 or 7%. So it's interesting to note that on Sunday you're going to experience some pretty high southwest winds, generally about 30 to 40 miles an hour, gusting up to 60 miles an hour at times at the ridge tops. But this is all warm air before the storm scenario. When that cold front comes through, and this is about Sunday night, it's going to shift to the north. This is the winds. And then it's going to shift again a little bit to the northeast along the highest ridges. And the winds are going to be decreasing at that time about 10 to 20 miles an hour, with gusts up to 25 miles an hour. So it's not a giant wind event. There will be some snow transport, but not like some of the events we've had that have been really quite windy and transporting snow. Now, what do you say we look at the northern mountains? It's Snow Basin and Powder Mountain. And what you're going to find are snow totals in this area, 10 to 16 inches, with snow water equivalent at 0.5 to 0.8. Storm begins on Sunday evening, and it's going to end on Monday evening, with the greatest snow intensity Sunday night into Monday morning. Peak snowfall rates about 2 inches per hour. It's going to be cold. And the snow density trends are going to be decreasing rapidly at 6 to 7% also. Now, there's something to note with this, how some of these areas are a little bit different. With Snow Basin, they do better with a little bit of southwest flow. When it's northerly northwest, things tend to shut off for them. So something to consider also with this event is we're putting this out 3 days ahead, so those snow totals are a bit wide. That's going to get a little more focused as we move into Sunday. But since you're going to hear a lot about this, because this system is going to impact down in the valleys pretty strong, we thought we'd get this out early. So when you look at the central Wasatch, now what we're going to find is Alta Snowbird, Brighton, Solitude. And in these areas, we're going to see snow totals of 10 to 20 inches, 12 to 20 inches, with snow water equivalents 0.6 to 1 inch. And the storm begins late Sunday evening. It's going to end Monday night. And then what we're going to find is the greatest snow intensity is going to be the latter half Sunday night, with greater than 2 inches per hour. It's a cold system once that cold front moves in, and then the snow density trends are going to be decreasing rapidly. Snow in this area will probably be 5 to 6% density. And when we talk about the winds veering around, we're talking mostly on the backside of the Wasatch. Park City, the wind is that area. Winds in this area with Alta Snowbird, Brighton, Solitude, they're going to be northwest in this time. And Glenn Merrill did the meteorology on this. He and I spoke together, and it's kind of a complex system trying to figure out winds in these mountain areas. But anticipate in these canyons, winds out of the northwest, but not a big wind loading event. So let's take a look now at the backside. And this is Park City, Deer Valley, and Sundance. And what you're going to find for this, snow total is about 10 to 18 inches. some really good amounts. A lot of times when we have these westerly flows, maybe northwest, the front side loads up pretty good, backside not so much. But in this case, as winds are north, and then as it veers around to the northeast, what you're going to find is some upslope winds are going to favor Park City and possibly the canyons in this area to the tune of, maybe 18 inches of snow in some of the more favored areas, with water at about 0.5 to 0.9. Late Sunday evening is when it begins. Monday night is when it ends with the greatest snow intensities. The latter half Sunday night with greater than 2 inches during that time. Again, it's not a big wind event, but there will be some snow transport with this as it comes around, and you're going to get winds out of the northeast as this storm kind of moves from west to east. And you're going to have those warm winds on Sunday, but then when it starts getting cold, snow densities are going to decrease rapidly, 6 to 7%. So let's slide over now to the western Uintas and see what's going on there. What we've got, and what we're talking about is the area for the Park City Powdercats up in Weber Canyon. They're going to benefit also from this veering around to the northeast flow and get some wind loading, but 12 to 20 inches. And this is very similar to what we'll probably see on the front side near Alta and Snowbird, Bright and Solitude. And it's due primarily to that flow with 0.6 to 1 inch. Late Sunday night is when it's going to start. Monday night is when it's going to end, with the greatest snow intensity late Sunday night with peak snowfall rates at greater than 2 inches per hour. And we're going to see those rapidly decreasing snow densities at about 5 to 6%. So another system. This one's another good one. We've had a lot this winter. Our snowpack is above average, and this is only going to add to it. Now, if I could pitch the Utah Avalanche Center, I highly recommend going to their page and taking a look. This is going to change the avalanche conditions, most likely, with this snow. And they're the professionals in this area. You should go see it. This briefing was put together by myself, where Glenn Merrill, the meteorologist at the National Weather Service, did the work on the meteorology. Always does a good job with this. We've been doing well this year together. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and there's our website. But stay safe, have fun out there, and we'll talk to you again when we get the next one. See ya.